Concrete is the second most used material in the world after the water. We know it is a composite material made up of cement, sand, aggregate, and water. It has very good in the compressive strength, and also it is very economical. That's why it is the most used material. But this concrete has some disadvantages also. Like concrete is a brittle material. That means it fails suddenly. Concrete contains many micro cracks. That means there are so many cracks in the concrete, some of them are not visible by our naked eyes also. But all the cracks are not the severe cracks. Elasticity of a concrete start decreasing at higher stress level, means as the loads increasing, the concrete uh, elasticity start decreasing. Concrete has very low coefficient of thermal expansion, means during the small thermal changes there may be a generation of the stresses, and we all know that concrete shrinks as it gets matured, means shrinkage, volume reduction is there. All of these results into the cracks, and because of that there may be a problem of a leakage or corrosion. Corrosion is the most, or the many structures are getting failed because of the corrosion. So in recent year the bacteria based self-healing concrete is being developed in order to extend the service life. Okay, so we'll see what is that. So we know that bacteria are very micro in the form. They have property that when they die or the excrete of that particular bacteria comes when they are triggered with some type of culture, means if we give that environment, that chemical reaction to that bacteria, they will produce one material, and that material can act as a self-healing material. Hence this concrete is called as biological concrete or bacteria impregnated concrete or self-healing concrete. So here there are two very important components. First one is the bacteria and second one is the material that triggers, or sometimes it is called as a precursor, and generally that material is a calcium lactate. We'll talk about this in the next slide. Now the question arises why we need self-healing concrete. As we know, concrete or a crack formation in the concrete structure is inevitable. Means cracks are going to form there because of loading condition, non-loading conditions, non-loading factors. So we have to go for repair and maintenance operations in order to prevent those cracks from propagation and to save the life of the structure. But sometimes it is very difficult to access those locations of the cracks. In case of bridges, in case of dams, it is very difficult to access those locations. So a self-healing concrete will work better in this case, which is developed by a group of microbiology researchers. So as I told you, there are two important things in self-healing concrete. First one is the appropriate bacteria which will resist the alkalinity and the mechanical stresses. And second one is the chemical precursor that will activate those bacteria. So we'll see the mechanism. Mechanism is very simple. Suppose there are cracks. Through that crack, they cracks means opening, and through this opening, oxygen will get penetrate inside that concrete. And bacteria along that cracked surface convert the calcium lactate into calcium carbonate, which is also called as limestone, and which will be the which will fill the crack. So this is the simple mechanism works for the bacteria impregnated concrete. So there are different types of bacteria are there. Precursor, I have already told you that lactate, and these are the list of the bacteria. So this one of the picture before healing, after healing of the concrete. Okay. So thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe the Real Civil YouTube channels. We'll come with some of the new innovative techniques, technologies in the field of civil engineering.